Welcome to PsychSummit 2023, Reimagining Correctional Psychiatry. I'm Danielle Bolger, the Director of Marketing at PRMS, a national medical malpractice insurance program designed to meet psychiatrists' needs, whether they're treating patients via telepsychiatry, in person, or a hybrid of the two. PRMS offers more than just an insurance program. We proudly support our network of more than 40 partners, as well as local and national mental health and nonprofit organizations committed to serving others and promoting well-being. We're proud to support PsychSummit, and we hope you enjoy the series. If you're interested in learning more about the features and benefits included in a policy with PRMS, please visit us at prms.com.
Something needs to change for sure. And I think that the psychiatrists would be the best to actually get in there and help people, humanize people in the criminal justice system. My name is Libby Stuyt. I'm an addiction psychiatrist, and I've worked in this field for the last 33 years.
My name is Doris Gundersen. I'm a forensic psychiatrist. I do work in both the criminal and civil arenas. In 2012, a private large law firm that is very generous in terms of doing pro bono work, he wanted to retain me to do diagnostic evaluations at Supermax. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with Supermax, it is the most secure prison in the United States. There were some rumblings about a lot of mental illness in that prison. And because the conditions are so severe there, the conditions of confinement, they really were not supposed to be housing any prisoners with mental illness. But they were, and also many prisoners who had no history of mental illness, because of the conditions of confinement, became mentally ill. At the Supermax, which a former prison called a cleaner version of hell, and some people refer to as the Alcatraz of the Rockies, the prisoners are in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day. They only have a 4-inch wide narrow window to look to the outside of the prison. And that window only shows the sky or another brick building. So they never can get oriented to the prison and even think about an escape.
It's so opposite in Halden. But you get inside, and inside the prison walls, there are trees there too. Very, very tall, beautiful trees. And the only thing that looked like our prisons were the door to the cells. That was the only thing. They have a little place on campus where they allow conjugal visits and family visits. And so that was really fascinating because they have a little house that has everything, a kitchen and all the rooms, and toys for the kids to play in. And so when people are on their best behavior, they can request a visit, and somebody can come and spend a whole 24 hours there visiting with them, which really humanizes the whole thing. So they had the A pod where they would keep the most violent prisoners and the ones that were most likely to stay there for a long time. The maximum sentence is 20 years. And so it's always less than that. What we found out were that the guards are all hired as guards and they go through that training, but then they are paid to go through school for 2 years to become social workers. And they are so diametrically opposite. They are so different. And they theoretically handle the same population.
The class action suit did settle. I think some good changes were made, and I'm just hopeful that, it'll pay off at ADX in terms of making it a safer prison, making, it safer for the people who work there, and that there's less recidivism.
My experience at Halden Prison definitely showed me that there is another way. We don't have to keep doing it the way we're doing it here.
I think the change I'd like to see is one, less isolation. Putting someone in that kind of isolation for years at a time does nothing to help them rehabilitate. And there is this perception that prisoners that go to ADX never get out, but they do. Remembering that the incarceration itself is a punishment, and anything beyond that is a violation, because they are our patients too, whether they're incarcerated or not. I really believe that psychiatrists can play a critical role in the reform Libby and I have been talking about.
Let's reimagine correctional psychiatry. Whew.